By 2034, the U.S. Census Bureau estimates senior citizens will outnumber their children. And that gives the so-called sandwich generation a little more than a decade to prepare. But before you put off those conversations, a word of advice from someone who's perhaps more qualified than anyone to provide care for our seniors. 13 on Your Side's Matt Guard has the story.
I knew from a very young age I'd be a nurse.
Dr. Carol Robinson followed her dream.
I got a nurse kit for my Christmas present.
After spending time in the hospital as a kid,
There were certain things that I wanted to grow up and do it better.
a doctorate in nursing practice puts her in position to do that, and her work hits close to home.
That situation was kind of unique.
Dr. Robinson cared for 5 loved ones within 9 years at the end of their lives.
It's been a crazy 9 years.
But the most rewarding part,
Every single one of these people, they died the way they wanted.
end-of-life care can be a beautiful thing.
They can share a lot of wisdom, and it's just a privilege to be part of it.
But even someone with the credentials of Dr. Robinson is still just one person.
I know I can't do it all.
She turned to the Area Agency on Aging.
There's a lot of help and a lot of services out there.
We asked the agency about the 3 most helpful resources caregivers often don't know about. Number 1.
The Kent County Senior Millage.
This taxpayer-funded program helps caregivers with whatever it takes to keep seniors in their own homes.
Do they need to look at bath assistance? Do they need assistance for their outdoor chores? Other things like that, home maintenance.
Number 2, care management.
A client could have a care manager of a nurse or a social worker to advocate for them.
It's that advocate's job to figure out what help your senior really needs. Number 3,
Caregiver services.
it's a chance for caregivers to network, learn, and grow.
Through a virtual support group that we're hosting or our virtual family caregiver classes.
It's where caregivers find out they're not alone.
Just talk to each other and say, hey, I'm struggling with this. Oh, I am too.
Aside from these resources, remember, it's never too early to plan.
And it's never too early to start conversations.
I find that more older people want to talk about it. It's just the kids don't want to bring it up.
The Conversation Project is a free tool that can get you started.
It's got these guides where you can talk to your loved one about all sorts of questions.
How would you like to age? What does it look like to age with dignity?
Most people will tell you, I don't want to be a burden. But burden means different things to different people.
For Dr. Robinson's loved ones, those conversations were worth it.
I had been able to help them get what they wanted by having those open, honest conversations.
Don't forget to look out for yourself, too.
You need the emotional and physical health for the long haul.
In Grand Rapids, I'm Matt Guard.
Give yourself a little grace.
13 on Your Side.